Hello, this is your Hindsight Physical Media Obsessive here once again with another video with another aspect of my collection, um, like which I said in hindsight did not realize it was so huge until now. Today I'm going to cover multi-movie packs. I've got several of them. Um, you'll find that these sets are a very economical way to pack, two, at least, 50, 75% of the movies that you do like into one set at a low price. Doesn't take too much space. You know me, I'm all about space saving. Um, Walmart in particular has made an art of putting these packs together. I think most of these are Walmart exclusives. But for the record, I am not going to include these movies. All right, I'm not going to include these movies simply because they are continuations and sequels of one another. They are a related movie, so I'm going to count these as part of the bigger Blu-ray collection video I'm going to do later on. So these movies are multi-city, but as you can see, they're all related to each other. They're sequels of one another, and so I will not count these. What I will be looking at are those sets which are completely unrelated to each other. Um, Starting with the doubles, then I'll go to the triples, and then I'm going to go to the quad sets. First off, we've got A Beautiful Mind, and we've got Cinderella Man. Um, I've seen Beautiful Mind. I enjoyed it immensely. Cinderella Man, I have yet to see. Next is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Never mind the multi-pool here, having fun. You may hear in the background. Next up is Bram Stoker's Dracula and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. What's interesting here is that, I mean, some highbrow directors stepped in to make these particular movies. Uh, some people consider the Bram Stoker's Dracula by Francis Ford Coppola to be a classic, but Kenneth Branagh stepped in and did the Frankenstein movie with Robert De Niro of all people in the lead role. Both of them come off fairly well in the execution. Next, we have Face Off and Snake Eyes, Nicolas Cage related fanfare here. Face Off, a ridiculous movie, but highly entertaining. Snake Eyes, I have not even seen yet. I'll get around to that sometime soon. We've got Spy Game and State of Play, medium highbrow fare. Um, I've always wondered why they never came up with a movie pairing Robert Redford and Brad Pitt, with Brad Pitt being the younger version of Redford. Because to me, they just look like splitting images of each other, in which he could play the younger version of the old guy, or his son, or something along those lines. I'm not sure why Hollywood doesn't pair people that look alike a little bit harder to make a more realistic narrative when they're putting sisters and family together. But these are two good movies. On to the triplets. First off, Swordfish, Point Break, and Executive Decision. Uh, Point Break is a classic. Uh, the remake, not so much. Executive Decision, also a classic. I just don't think it gets the the notice that it's due, because this is a fabulous movie, a great time waster. If you got 90 minutes or so, and watch a great action-packed flick. Swordfish is the least of these three movies. Famous for, Halle Berry's tatas, if nothing else. It's jacked with a great cast, but the execution left a bit to be desired to me. Next, we've got the triple feature. Oliver Stone, Natural Born Killers, Any Given Sunday, and JFK. Whenever I see this on TV, I'm due for at least a 20-minute stop down, no matter how many times I've seen this movie. All three of these movies are highly engrossing. Oliver Stone, he'll take a 3-hour piece out of you with no problems. A lot of his movies tend to be long, but now the length of movies is now starting to be a thing for whatever reason. But like I said, people forget Oliver Stone will take a 3-hour bite out of you without blinking. Next is Tom Cruise movies: Collateral, Days of Thunder, and The Firm. And looking at Tom Cruise's filmography, the man does not make bad movies. That's just the bottom line. I can't think of a bad Tom Cruise movie. When even that coyote movie with the bar and whatnot, I think that was his movie, as he's a bartender. Not my cup of tea, but certainly not a bad movie. People forget how great these John Grisham movies were back in the day. I do have John Grisham on DVD, but all three of these movies certainly worth your while. Next, we've got Sylvester Stallone. We've got Assassins. We've got Cobra. And we've got The Specialist. I love Assassins. I do like that movie. The Specialist, I just found myself enamored with the pairing of Stallone and Sharon Stone. It comes off okay. It could have come off a little bit better. But Cobra, let me tell you about this movie. I went to see this back in the day, and I walked out of it. All right? The only movie I have ever walked out on was Stallone's Cobra. It was that terrible. Next, we've got triple feature, Jarhead, The Kingdom, and Green Zone. I remember Green Zone just came out of nowhere with Matt Damon. Did not see what was going on with that. Again, the dog's playing with a tennis ball, so excuse the noise. Next, we got in here is The Kingdom. Kingdom is a very underserved movie. Deluxe edition. I have the extra bonus disc put in here. As you remember, I will put parts and pieces and extra features into one set, as I did with Jarhead. It also had a collector's edition as a DVD that did not carry over into the Blu-ray, so I brought it over into this set here. So this is a very, very, very packed set of three very good movies. Jarhead is a movie in which nothing really happens, and I think that was the point of the whole thing. Kingdom, I think, is the strongest movie here. Green Zone, perhaps the weakest. I think it was slapped together to press an agenda of sorts. Next, we've got Fatal Attraction, 3 Michael Douglas movies, Disclosure, and A Perfect Murder. Yeah, Michael Douglas has got women problems 3 times in this. Next, George Clooney threesome, Syriana, which is a bit confusing, Michael Clayton, and Three Kings, which I love. As you can see with the French writing here, this is a Canadian release here. Fairly rare. You don't see this in the wild too often, but these are 3 great movies. Three Kings being my favorite here. Next, we've got triple feature, with the ladies taking center stage, Point of No Return, Domino, and Long Kiss Goodnight. I love Long Kiss Goodnight. Everybody had been hankering for a sequel to this movie, but I think that urge has come and gone over the years. Please don't try to put that together now because it's fairly pointless. Domino I thought was the weakest of this. This is I believe a Tony Scott movie. Yes, it is. So it's highly stylized, heavily saturated, and with bonzo editing to boot. Point of No Return is a remake of a French movie. Very, very faithful to the original. Does not suck. Here we've got a foursome of Leonardo DiCaprio movies. We've got Shutter Island, which is actually a Scorsese movie. The Aviator, which I think is also, another Scorsese movie. Yes, 2 Scorsese movies. And we've got Blood Diamond and Body of Lies. I've seen all 3 of these. Equally entertaining. Body of Lies, I have not seen. That I have not seen. Next foursome is Will Ferrell movies. We've got Old School, we've got Campaign, we've got Blades of Glory, and we've got Semi-Pro. Everybody's familiar with these comedies, maybe the least of which would be Campaign, but which I think is very undercover funny. And last but not least, we've got a foursome of sci-fi movies. We have got Galaxy Quest, Lost in Space, Red Planet, and Mars Attacks. I think Lost in Space is the weakest of these 3 here. Mars Attacks is absolutely funny, hilarious. Didn't think Tim Burton had that in him. But let's talk about Galaxy Quest for a minute. This is a classic that has been woefully underserved in physical media. I don't think it's ever been given its due. With a remaster, reissue, with a cornucopia of bonus features to go through. I mean, I know firsthand there's at least an hour-long mockumentary that would be great added to this movie. There was talk of a sequel, but unfortunately, I mean, the cast has undergone some tragic developments in which Alan Rickman has passed away, and the young brother Daryl Mitchell was in a paralyzing accident. But Daryl Mitchell, you can see, on NCIS. Forgot which one it was. I think it was New Orleans. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but that brother's making his coin still. So good on him. But please, if somebody do something with Galaxy Quest, it deserves it. It is a great movie. And so that is it for my doubles and my triples and my quads. You get your movie count up quickly buying these movies. Between these movies here, these are easily upwards to 100 movies here. And like I said, all in, a single SKU in which you can pack 4 of them together. So, like I said, get ready for the big show. But got one other thing to cover before we hit the big show. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have a great day.